Systems do the work, and I'm Greg Relith, the systems coach, and I'm going to show you through one of my new tools I just finished building and have just put it on my new admin center on my website. So if we go over to my website here, you'll see we've got the Transform Your Business with Microsoft, Transform Your Business Systems with AI-powered Microsoft 365. You can book a strategy call with me. I'll go over to systemology pages. Here's some other ways we can sort of help you on there, but let's get into the meat and potatoes, take you over to the tool. So we'll go over to my admin center here, and we have this tool stack visualizer. Here I can come in and I can find a contact inside my CRM. Okay, and I can create a session. This is a great way for me to start a session with a client and talk through how these tools work, right? How they sync together, how they work, what area of the knowledge base do they live in? Do they live in my personal knowledge base as an employee, or do they live in the business knowledge base as a team member? So we have the 4 quadrants. We have our personal knowledge management, PKM, at the top. We have our BKM, business knowledge management, at the bottom. We have our personal productivity management, or PPM, down the bottom, and our business productivity management, and then how they intersect with each other. So if we take a tool like OneDrive, that is a personal productivity management tool. A personal OneDrive is a personal knowledge management tool, where SharePoint is a business knowledge management tool. These are the places we want to be storing our information. Now, in some cases, like mine, I actually have SharePoint talking to my OneDrive. So I have a link to a SharePoint site for certain folders, so I can just sync it directly to my OneDrive, making the flow of work a little easier. Not everyone will have that, right? But I do have that. So we'll talk about what we have over in this instance, which is my account at BeckNT. So we have a SharePoint drive, we have a OneDrive. They're separate. Okay. We then have Microsoft Word, which I would use on the daily there. And we might have, say, Copilot running around. All right, I'm going to put him right in the middle because he is going to be across most things. Other things we have our Outlook calendar. That's definitely going in the middle. Okay. And then we have Outlook itself. Now, I'm going to put that into personal productivity and knowledge management, because there's going to be information in there. Now, my Outlook is going to talk to my calendar, and it is also going to talk to Copilot. It's going to feed it some information. My calendar is going to feed Copilot some information, and so is SharePoint and my OneDrive. All right, and we're obviously going to have Word into OneDrive there as well. Other things we have a CRM at BeckNT, right? And obviously I interact with that. There is no connection here. It is siloed inside of the business knowledge management, and it actually goes here because it's business knowledge management. It is siloed. Currently, there's no connection with this interface here. What else do we use over at BeckNT? So we have Clipchamp for our videos, right? Creating our procedures, right? And that logs into SharePoint there, which will then go over to Microsoft 365. So you can see here now I can start to explain things really easily to clients and people, why we put tools in what area and how they connect with your knowledge management. If you ever have a tool that's isolated, so like here, I'm obviously saving items, Word documents here, and I'm obviously then moving them here because there's no direct bridge that I'm using currently. There could be one, but there isn't. We could also have something like OneNote, which I'm not using, but we could be using it. And that could be talking to both of these systems. Then we could bring in, which we're uploading right now, Teams. And Teams has an automatic bridge, two-way bridge to SharePoint. And then again, we could have OneNote going into our team folder here as well. we're not currently using to do, but I could do, right? Which would talk to my calendar, and it would talk to my email address, and it would talk to my OneDrive, my OneNote. And then if I had planner, all right, for team planning would talk to here, and then planner would talk to OneNote, to do, which would then again talk to our calendar. So you can see how easily this tool helps me explain to clients and people how their tools work together, how their tools can work within this ecosystem. And I get a live insights at the same time when I'm winning, what I should watch out for, what's narrowing the scope, right? And I can easily explain it to people, which is really helpful when I'm trying to explain Microsoft ecosystem, because it was really, really complex, because they built a lot of tools that do a lot of things, and there's a slight overlap. But when you put them into these 4 quadrants and why you should use what tool, it really helps to explain it. So, that's my tool. It does have a HubSpot integration. So saw me pull the customer as well. So if I hit push to HubSpot, I can then go and send that off to HubSpot. So I now have a record of that all in one place. Again, single source of truth stuff. SharePoint is a single source of truth for knowledge management of the business. Your HubSpot should be a single source of truth for everything that looks at your business and your customers. So if we come over to HubSpot now and we open up this account for Greg at Beck NT, you'll see that I'm going to see in the news feed or in the channel here in the activities, here's the note from the website already dropped in. I can expand it. I can see all where that knowledge management is for this customer, right? And it tells me the current strengths, some of the integration opportunities that I have to help them in learning more about Microsoft 365. And then we can also see any other times where they filled out some other tools. Really powerful, really cool how I can create a tool that helps me in my workplace and helps me and my customer explain things to my customers. I can do that with AI today. So if you'd like to learn more about Microsoft 365 and the tools at your disposal, or if you'd like to learn more about how to build things with AI or build a tool with AI, please jump on the website, reach out to me. I'm here to help. That's my system. See you in the next one.